the realisation here at the War Memorial Museum had been building since the beginning of the 90s that this building, in many respects, New Zealand's finest museum, certainly its most comprehensive and richest collections, and in a stunning heritage building, it was really in a sorry state. The mandate was pretty comprehensive. It wasn't just about fixing up the building, it was about new legislation, it was about changes in governance, change in culture. So what we did was we asked a number of practices to put forward portfolios of recent work, and we'd have a look at that work and the portfolios and talk to them about their attitudes towards the building and what we had to do. And it was on that basis that we selected Noel, and it turned out to be an inspired choice. For Noel, of course, the first stage of development was really refurbishment of the building, but we got some very important principles, architectural and aesthetic principles established in that first stage. He had real sensitivity to the building, showed huge integrity towards the building, and at no point ever wished to impose Noel Lane upon the building. When we got to the beginning of 1999, it was pretty clear that we were going to finish the first stage successfully. We were going to be under budget, that was now clear. We were going to have it finished for Christmas, which we always said we would. So the board started to say, well, when we've got this behind us, let's start looking at the second stage. And so come Christmas 1999, the board said, okay, let's roll with stage 2.
There was a key point in stage 1 in the final interview where they evidently asked all the architects what they would do in the court, for court, and you were given less than 5 minutes to give an answer. At that stage I thought that the interview was over and I was out, so I thought I'd at least have some influence, and I did a drawing on the board of the courtyard with an object placed inside it. Because I already understood at that stage the issues about keeping the new work distinct from the existing. So that drawing was actually faxed to me with the commission on it, congratulating me. I guess that drawing was the first notional idea of placing a freestanding object in the courtyard. There were several reasons for the object evolving the way it did. One is requirement for separation with heritage, but also an earthquake and structural separation so the building could move. The new building is an artefact or an object placed into the heart of the original work. There was a height struck off for the top of the museum which was set in a resource consent process, and it was deemed at that time that we couldn't have any part of the new project higher than the front portion of the original building to the north. The end result was the rolling roof symmetry, but it enabled the roof to, I guess, brush the old building and then rise away from it and then brush again, and it was sort of a I guess the predetermining axis enabled us to have the views to the east and west, to Rangitoto and so on, so they did pick out the significant aspects as well.
It was taking an institution that lay at the heart and mind of so many people, taking it from being run down to becoming as good in terms of its exhibitions, interpretation, its presentation as any museum anywhere in the world, and most importantly of all, I hope, instilling in the staff team and in the board the idea that the only constant in this place has got to be change, that everything we have done that is good has to be redone and then done again.
I wanted it to be very clearly a different generation to the 2 original stages for the museum, but at no point did I sit down aiming to draw the building that's sitting there. But when I came and landed with that idea, I knew it was the one to build.